From an adult perspective, when you're doing assessment, if the person is able to clearly, or not even clearly, to make their needs known, helping them to drive the assessment themselves, making it person-centered, making it about them is the most important thing. Respecting them, respecting their needs, respecting their dreams. One of the ways of doing this is by using a person-centered planning method, and that is a way of bringing people together around a person, people who care about the person, professionals and personal contacts and family, and having everyone there to help support the person to talk about their own dreams and needs and wishes for their lives and base the planning on that. It's a very rich way to do planning and assessment that gets away from scoring and giving the person tests and having them try to live up to a standard, and gets more at giving them the quality of life that they want and helping those around them to plan it for them or to assist them in planning it for themselves. If you're working with an adult, or if you have an adult child with charge syndrome who is less able to communicate those needs, like my son is, he has very limited communication abilities in terms of being able to talk about long-term things or the future or anything that's very complicated. That is when the family and those people who love the person the most would come together and do this person-centered planning assessment and meeting and come up with plans for the future for this person that in their mind, this person would want for themselves. Person-centered planning is a holistic approach. It brings people together. It looks at all of the person's needs in every way that you can think of a person's needs. And it's very positive. And so it's focusing on the positive and not the negative. Whereas sometimes we look at assessment and say, this person can't do this, or this person needs to learn this. In person-centered planning, we're looking at the person's strengths. What do they like? What do they want around them? Who are the people they'd like to have in their lives? What kind of work do they want to do? Where do they want to live? And instead of then saying, well, they can't do that because we try to find ways to support their dreams and their needs by building up the supports they do need. So people aren't cut out based on their eligibility or their skills, but they're a part of their community no matter what, with the supports built under them. So the people who come together for a person-centered plan are the people that the individual wants to be there. Anyone that they feel is part of their circle of support. So often it can be the parent, it can be family friends, it can be siblings, aunts and uncles, school providers, people from other agencies. And I've facilitated person-centered plans that had 20, 30 people around the table. I've also facilitated person-centered plans that just consisted of the person and their parent and myself. So depending on how large the circle of support is for that person and who that person wants at their meeting, that would be who it is. So you see, it's a very open-ended, holistic plan. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Although I've also been at person-centered plans where a person has told me, the individual has told me, they do not want a particular person to be there. For instance, their guardian, or a teacher they don't get along with, or someone they work with. So, and then the person may show up at the plan and you have to turn them away because the individual does not want them there. They don't feel supported by them. And you want them to be in a place where they feel the love and support that they think they need in order to move their life forward.